Welcome to the Science for the Curious podcast. This week, we have a question from one of our science curious viewers. How do we know the oceans are warming? As seen in these maps from NASA, ocean temperatures have been increasing, albeit fluctuating from year to year, from 1880 to 2020. This graph by Statista in 2021 compiles ocean temperatures from the National Center for Environmental Information, and it shows the clear upward trend of ocean temperatures over the past 140 years. According to a report in 2016 by the USA's Environmental Protection Agency, before the 1940s, the best method we had for measuring ocean temperatures was collecting water from lowering buckets in the water from ships, then bringing the bucket back on board and using a thermometer. Now, this would rightly incur quite a bit of error through estimating the depth the bucket was lowered to, changes to the bucket water temperature on the way up to the ship, and exposure to the air temperature before the thermometer even had time to accurately measure the water's temperature. Fortunately, there are many more rigorous, accurate ways to measure ocean temperatures nowadays, some of which include voluntary observing ships, moored buoys, bathythermographs, satellites, Argo floats, and perhaps most crucially and innovative, using seals. Yes, seals as temperature samplers. The Voluntary Observing Ship program operates worldwide, measuring temperatures through sensors on ships. However, ship numbers in the program have been dwindling over the years, from 7,700 ships 35 years ago to around just 4,000 now. Also, these ships largely collect data from main shipping routes, so data on less traversed areas, like the Antarctic, Arctic, and Southern Pacific Ocean, is limited. The National Mooring Network uses moored buoys at fixed locations in the oceans to collect temperature information. However, these buoys are limited in their scope of coverage because they're fixed. Expendable bathythermographs by the Integrated Marine Observing System are single-use instruments that are launched into the ocean from a boat. As the bathythermograph descends to 800 meters depth, they measure the ocean temperatures all the way down. These are helpful, but are expensive and lead to the ocean. According to NASA, satellites can measure ocean temperatures through infrared and microwaves. They have broad coverage of the ocean, but only measure the surface ocean temperature, which does not account for surface heating. Argo floats are instruments that float around and dive into the ocean, measuring temperatures by sensors. Whilst they can impressively descend 2,000 meters, they are extremely expensive and will eventually turn into ocean litter. Finally, the seals. As reported by NASA, seals are assisting scientists with their research by diving with CTDs, conductivity, temperature, and depth measuring instruments, attached to them. Seals reach the most remote parts of the ocean and under and around ice caps and ice sheets, allowing scientists to get a fuller picture of ocean temperatures across the globe. Unfortunately, using seals is not a perfect solution because these CTDs fall off when seals shed their skin each year, so they become ocean litter. Each of these methods for measuring ocean temperatures have their advantages and disadvantages, but with their data compiled together by the Global Ocean Observing System, they can provide a vast, compelling amount of data on ocean temperatures for scientists to analyze and conclude that the oceans are indeed warming. Thanks for tuning in to Science for the Curious.